You may notice that I don't always record all of my videos in the normal place, which is where I live. Sometimes I like to come out into the woods and just record a few videos on the rare occasion around here. And it's only around a 15-minute walk or so to this woods and a 5-minute cycle, and I've always cycled to many places throughout my entire life, so that's just what I choose to do, and it's pretty close and I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, I like to come out here quite often, and what you notice behind me here is one of the things that I've been building with some of my friends inside of this woods, and it's a den. And I thought that in this video I would just share you like the progress that I've made over the last 2 months or so while making this den, and the stuff that I plan to do like for the future with this den over the next couple of weeks or so before I end up going into college, because this video is going to come out maybe around the middle of September, despite the fact that I'm recording this in the middle of August. And yeah, so I hope that by the time this video actually ends up coming out, this den will be so far done, and you can probably almost hopefully maybe sleep in it in a sleeping bag or something, because no rainwater or whatever can end up getting in. And yeah, you can see there's loads of walls. That's like the entrance bit right there. That's where you come in, and then you've got walls pretty much all around. And if there's a place where there's like loads of holly and you can't really get to it to put sticks up for walls, I'm pretty sure we're just going to put like a bit of camo netting or something so that bugs and big animals or foxes or whatever don't get inside and absolutely maul and ruin the place up. But among the walls, we've also kind of got a bit of a roof going on. We don't plan to use just sticks as a roof. We plan to put a bit of tarpauling like over the top so that like obviously rain doesn't get in, but because if we use sticks it wouldn't be as effective. So we just wanted to use tarpauling so that if it did end up chucking it down one day or one night, we wouldn't get absolutely soaking wet. But we just wanted to put some sticks up to sort of let the tarpauling like rest somewhere and have a foundation somewhere, instead of just being like there's one massive sheet over the whole thing that if rain does eventually fall down, even if it's like tied to the sort of edges, it would end up sagging down and potentially like bursting or seeping through whatever, which is really not what anyone wants. So there's like a bit of a roof sort of here, and that you're just going to put the tarpaulin just over all of these sticks, over all of that, and hopefully it gives it some sort of like a baseline so it doesn't just, end up sagging when rainwater ends up coming down on it. And I also sort of made this den a bit of a time capsule, so when I'm older, 20, 30, whatever, I can come back here and find a few things from childhood that would make me smile and happy, I suppose. And just literally in that hole right there-ish, I just buried a few things, and if you stand on it, it's not like as sturdy as the rest of the ground, and that means that you sort of know that some stuff is buried under there. Well, hopefully no one finds it. This den is in a pretty secluded place. It's like the back of the den is to the path, and it's around 25-30 meters away from any path whatsoever, and the entrance is pretty hidden. The entrance is like the opposite way to the path. You have to go round quite a few trees and logs and holly bushes just to actually get to the entrance from the main path, which is quite a pain when you're cycling, but it's fine because it means that no like little children or whatever end up finding this den and absolutely ruining it, which yeah would be pretty sad, because that would be a lot of hard work just going to absolutely nothing, which wouldn't be fun whatsoever. But yeah, I hope that I can actually sort of use this one day just to come out and have fun. And I highly recommend that if you are watching this and you sort of seem like quite a natural person, just do something like this. It may seem childish, you may get called childish by your friends, by your parents, because oh yeah, you built a den in the woods with your friends or whatever. Then yeah, it's fine, because being childish is one of the things that does make humans incredibly happy, because being childish often involves adventure. Before, when we end up growing up, we get jobs, we make businesses, we do this, that, the other. We end up sort of getting the adventure beaten out of us by society, by the media, by everyone that's around us, because we're told that being adventurous is only for children, and that's why things that are quite adventurous are seen as quite childish, like things like just going to the woods, climbing trees, building dens and doing all that stuff, which even though it's seen as childish would be things that we used to do throughout our life when we would have been like tribal people in the 500, 1000, 2000 years ago, whatever. So yeah, if you do want to do something like this, then I highly recommend it, because it's quite fun, and it's not really like the sort of, on self-improvement, so many guys are talking about like work, productivity, all that sort of stuff, and it's just quite a nice different change from the sort of generic thing where you're just sitting hunched in front of a computer, in front of a phone or whatever all day trying to get some productive work done. It's quite a nice change from that, and yeah, I highly recommend just adding a bit of spice into your life by just doing something that's not normal, not your daily routine, and a bit more adventurous than usual. So with that, I also recommend subscribing, because I love this community of young tribal people who are willing to improve themselves so much more than they already have. And good luck.